Welcome back to the Arizona Subterranean greenhouse. It is now the first week of May. Sun is getting longer in the sky, more sunshine's coming through the roof. And here it is. The configuration has not changed. 2x4 trays, each two run into each 55-gallon drum. And here's the evaporative cooler. I already have it running midday on just a day timer. A couple hours just to cool it down a little bit. Today I got to be about 92 degrees. Here it is about 78 inside here. So for right now it's working quite well. I also use these short-term timers here for the pumps, just to show you what I'm using for both trays. Here's an air pump that I have just run on a daytime timer and night. Tubes run down to either drum and it circulates the water for me. Also works great for mixing nutrients and also balancing pH. If I put pH down in there, I don't want to wait for a cycle to go through. There's a little underwater action showing you how much it's stirring and churning the water. Just helps out with adding nutrients and pH balance. You must do it. This one here as well has another air stone in it. Here I want to show you that I use the Blue Lab pH pen, 6.6. Obviously water temperature is getting warmer these days. This is just slowly trickling because the pumps have already shut off and it's just residual water draining back into this tray, which I figured, hey, why not grow more plants? So this is my broccoli here. Grew them all by seed. Just sprinkled the seeds right in those trays. There's some basil growing there, and that shows the actual flow of the water right here coming from the other 2x4 trays, coming back into this little tray. One last stage, so might as well grow more plants. Don't just have it dump right back into your drum if you can save it. I have some lettuce seedlings growing right there that you just saw. Here's that Blue Lab pH pen again, and the second drum, showing 6.7 on the pH. Close enough. I also use the Blue Lab TDS meter. Easy, stick it in the water, it tells you right there. It tells you all the different scales, it's about 1500 parts per million. Here again is the Blue Lab TDS wand. Simple, stick it in the water, it measures electrical conductivity within the nutrients in the water, bounces back to the wand immediately and tells you a very good idea what the parts per million are. And now here's a small tour of the hydroponic garden. A couple tomato clones that I took off my mother plants that actually made it from last year. It never really froze here. Here's some my chives. I always cut them back. They always grow back. They must have been in this hydro tray for probably 3 years now. Scalp them. Here's some dill. The dill has really taken off. I had to cut it back. It was getting so tall it was almost going to fall over and break. Growing quite nicely. This is a Brussels sprout plant right there. Here's a basil seedling that I just put in that tray that we were talking about earlier. And here's my Cherokee yellow wax beans. These ones are doing exceptionally well. I actually just harvested them today, just after I recorded this video. Probably harvested maybe 20 of them. You can eat them fresh, you can saute them. Fresh, they taste amazing. And quite vigorous growth here. I just have strings all over the place. It just tethers itself, coils all the way around it. All that energy forces up towards the ceiling, and then slowly the leaves come out, and then they open up to be quite nice fan leaves like this one. Here is my indigo rose tomato. I've never grown this variety before, but looks like there's plenty more to come. And here the Brussels sprouts are doing quite well. They're not affected really by the full sun at all. You can see small growth on the nodes to produce the actual sprouts. Unlike this one, a little bit more mature, the Brussels sprouts are already starting to form. Again, very hardy. These are some little gem sprouts that came up. I just sprinkled the seeds in them, they germinated. I'll just have to keep the ppms down so I don't burn them. That's it for the May 2014 update on my greenhouse. If you have any comments or tips, or if I helped you out, please just leave a comment. Subscribe if you'd like, and I'll keep you updated on any changes or any new plants.